This presentation will cover the bulk of the information on the activity reports. We will do this by walking through the new member report, the variations that occur in the deceased, dropped for non-renewal, and other activity reports are covered in separate presentations. This is the main selection menu for the OAM membership activities reports. We will start by going to the new membership report. This is the selection criteria page. This is standard for most reports. There is a separate presentation for the selection criteria page, so we will not go into it in this presentation. See the Activity Reports Selection Criteria presentation for that information. Also, when you use the Search Again button later on, you'll notice that there is a Change Selection button added to the top of the screen, because the system will remember the selections you made originally. This is an example of a new member activity report. Since few of us can read such small print, we will look at the report in sections. We will start with the left side of the report. Note that the legend at the bottom explains the meanings of the columns and possible values. At the top of the page there are buttons such as Home, Back, and Search Again. These are called navigation buttons. Because they are the same when appearing on an OAM report, they are explained once in the navigation buttons presentation. As with any presentation, we must hide the information that can be used to identify individuals. When you see black lines, the data has been covered. The chapter number is repeated for each member. Please remember that most reports use the same software for both chapter and federation reports, so you occasionally see an extra column. The REC period, or recruited by field, shows the member who recruited the new person, assuming you click on the link. This is unique to the new membership report. Most new members join NARFE without someone recruiting them. This is an example of what you will see when that happens. If a member recruited someone, then you will see the recruiter information. The ID column is the member ID of the new member. Next is the first and last names followed by address information. While we did not select phones and email on the earlier slide, we have included them here. Remember that if you want to send an email to a new member, you can click on their email address and you can send an email. This is from the NARFE system, but you will be shown as the sender. We will now move to the right side of the report. The remaining columns are codes, starting with Congressional District. Remember that at the bottom of each report is information about the codes. The chapter member is almost always Y, indicating the person is a chapter member. The member types are described in more detail at the end of the report, as well as the dues category. If your member is selected auto renewal, it will be displayed here. This is the first day the member joined NARFE for most members. Members transferred on the death of a spouse will show the spouse's join date. This will usually show when their membership expires. Members on dues withholding will show an older anniversary date. Life members will show a date for chapter dues expiration. This is sometimes good to know. It is when the last change was made to the member's data. AD is the activity date. This is sometimes good to know. It'll tell you how long it's been since the last change was made to the member data. This is sometimes good to know. It is when the last change was made to the member's data. You will not see these reports on the Federation OAM menu. These reports have the same data and selection criteria. The Transfer Out report has some additional information. Remember when we saw the new member report? It had the recruited by field. The reports shown, dropped for non-renewal, deceased archive, and other activities, have different layouts and/or selection criteria. They will be covered in separate presentations. Now you have an understanding of most of the OAM activity reports. Please remember, the reports change all the time. If you see an error or out-of-date information in this presentation, Please use the NARFE website to contact your CAB representative. There is a link to a document on the CAB documentation page that explains how to contact a CAB member.